what am I doing? So here I am, a couple minutes late. My apologies, but let's get after it. So the things I want to talk about today, first of all, you guys all voted. Thank you so much for your votes. And the topic that came up that was the most important to you all at this time is healthy eating, or eating healthily, and also proper hydration. So I want to jump in and talk about three things as usual. So we're going to talk about our gut biome, we're going to talk about macros, and we're going to talk about healthy, proper hydration. So on the issue of gut biome, that really is going to be the thing that really drives your cravings. And that's your good cravings and your not so good cravings, because what your gut is used to is what it's going to want. And so if you are in the habit of, let's say, eating vegetables, eating lean proteins, eating healthy fats, that's really what you want. But if you're in the habit of sneaking in a little bit of sugar, or maybe you're eating a lot of sugar, that's me right now, that's what your body is going to want. And so it's going to take some time to actually retrain those microorganisms that have been growing in your gut to desire the things that are going to be consistent with your goal. The second point is macros. So macros, we've all heard that. It sounds really scientific, like this is a really big thing. It's not, but it is important to understand how those things, the three macros combined, actually make up our health and how we can be better in control of what those things are. So we have lean proteins, we have complex carbohydrates, and then we have healthy fats. Those three things are macros. So those generally are the ones that not generally, but those are the things that you want to be mindful of in what it is that you're eating and what you're putting in your gut to create that gut biome. So let's start with lean proteins. And the thing that I actually want to focus on for this point is, are you really eating enough? Are you getting enough food in every day? A lot of times programs are started with, hey, cut your calories. It's like, okay, but you still need to have enough food. If you're looking, let's say, for example, at protein, all proteins are not created equal. So the amount of chicken you would eat, the amount of fish that let's say salmon that you would eat, and the amount of tuna that you would eat, all three are different. Why? Because they each have a different percentage of fat. So let's say, for example, salmon. Salmon is a higher fat fish. So if, again, you're looking at your macros, you're going to need fewer ounces of salmon than you would need of tuna because of the amount of fat. Again, so you're going to have 5 ounces of tuna, let's say, then 5 ounces of salmon, and you're looking at your macros, then you're not going to also have 5 ounces of tuna. You're going to need 7 ounces of tuna. So, and that's because tuna is a leaner fish. But what does that mean? If you're having more of that because it doesn't have fat, it means that you need to add fat to your diet. So, and a healthy fat, right? So an avocado, an olive oil, something of that nature. And then the other category is the healthy fat. So I just mentioned what some of the more popular ones are, and certainly much more accessible ones. So again, keeping track of those things is going to help you create this healthier gut biome for yourself, and then drive your health to where you're trying to go. The third category, I mentioned complex carbohydrates. I don't know where we are on time because I got screwed up and got started in another group. I think I might have one more minute with you girls. So complex carbohydrates, those are going to be your vegetables. So all vegetables not created equally. So are you the kind of person who likes to have spinach, or are you having your kale or lettuce? Are you more on the broccoli, green beans, and spaghetti squash side? So the broccoli, green beans, spaghetti squash, those are going to be your higher carb and also fiber vegetables. So they're going to make you feel a little bit more full, but again, they are going to have those higher carbs in there, versus having your lettuce and your kale, your spinach. As you can tell, they're not as fibrous as the ones that I've already mentioned. So knowing where you are on that scale and what you're doing to create the proper gut biome and create your healthy eating plate and your protocol is going to help you not only be healthier, but also to feel satiated. So a lot of times when we're changing our eating habits, we have this tendency of feeling hungry. We don't want to be hungry, and by keeping track of what you're consuming, that's actually going to help you. So I know I'm at time, so I just want to say really quickly about water. I'm actually going to be posting something on my page today about water. So I'll just leave that there. So basically with water, how much water you're drinking depends on a couple of things. one, it depends on your weight, and two, it depends on how much exercise you're getting. So I'll leave it there. Certainly at a minimum, we need 64 ounces of water. But let's say, for example, if you're kind of the average 230 pounds, I don't know if that's average or not. I think it's kind of average for someone starting out on a program. At least that has been the case that I have seen. Somewhere in that 175, 230 and above range is where we generally get to. I'm using myself as an example before we're like, okay, I got to do something. So in that case, you're really in that 100-ounce water range. And then I did have something I wanted to post about a great way to get your water in the day so that you're not having to run to the bathroom all the time. I know that's kind of a challenge, and I'll post that as well. But basically with that, what you want to look at is having some water first thing when you get up. I have an actual schedule for this, and I think I posted it in our group. Hold on one second. Let me just get it so I don't mess it up. And thank you for your grace with me going over time. This is a lot to cover in one thing. So drink 20 ounces right when you get up, 20 ounces an hour before, let's say, your morning break, and then 20 ounces when you get off work, and 4 ounces with your dinner. So there's your 64 ounces. So, you're going to want to adjust that depending on how many ounces you need per day. If you're working from home now, if you've always been working from home like I do, then you have to make your schedule. And the closer you are to creating and staying with your schedule, the better off you're going to be in terms of getting your water. Okay, I know I'm over time, probably 2 minutes. Thank you so much for your grace and for watching. I want to wish y'all an amazing day. Bye for now.